Hi guys. You may be wondering where I've been for the last few months and why I haven't uploaded. So I thought I'd record a video to explain everything and tell you what the future has in store for the channel. Um, so essentially, I moved house and set my computer up, and obviously that took its own time, took a month or so. Um, and then the computer wouldn't work, so it broke. And those of you who have PCs, know that when something breaks, it is very difficult to diagnose what the problem is. And it's also very costly and expensive to replace parts or build a whole new one. So I've been saving up this whole time, and I've finally managed to assemble a nice working computer. So that's where I've been. If you want to see the computer, I will show you. Yeah, check out that big lad. It's very bright, but I love it. Now, while I haven't been able to upload, obviously I've still been doing stuff with my life. Um, well, some stuff. Um, and I thought I'd just chat to you about the sort of things I've been up to. There have been some exciting things. Particularly a few months ago, I managed to commentate on SquashTV at the British National Championships, which for me was a big deal because it's something I've always wanted to do and I'd love to do more of. I thought maybe I'd just talk about what it was like, and for anyone else that's interested in that sort of thing, you might get a bit of a taste of the difficulties behind it, but also how rewarding it can be. Now, when you go in, like to the, I would say booth, but it's quite open. Um, you've got the screen in front of you with the match playing. You've got kind of a soundboard sort of thing in front of you with buttons on, mainly so you can mute yourself so that you're not always on the mic. Because otherwise, if you have to cough or whatever, or you have to ask a question to someone, then obviously you don't want the broadcast picking it up. And it's very overwhelming because there are so many things going on, and you're kind of just thrown in there, and you have to kind of just figure it out on the spot. Because you've got the producer in your ear sometimes coming up with stats. You've also got a laptop in front of you to look up stats from players and head-to-head records and all that sort of thing, which I found really hard to use because you were thinking about so many other things at the same time. So trying to have the presence of mind to also search stuff up on the laptop is actually very difficult. But it's definitely something that I can imagine after you do it a couple of times and get more comfortable and relaxed, your personality can really show. It's kind of like recording a video like this, to be honest, where at first you kind of feel a little bit rusty with it. You feel like a bit robotic. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. You end up speaking a bit more naturally and a bit like you would in real life, which is what you want. Because that's when most of the interesting discussions and topics kind of come out. So yeah, I was a bit overwhelmed, but I managed to get through it, and it was such a rewarding feeling because you know that people are watching, and you know that you've got to say the right things, and you don't want to stumble over your words. But once you get through it, it's like you've really achieved something, or at least for me, because it's something that I've always dreamed of doing. So yeah, there was definitely quite a lot of importance on that. In a completely unrelated topic, I also picked up one of these. Some of you will appreciate this. The Dunlop JP Ice Elite. Now, some of you won't care about this, but I thought it's something I find very fascinating. So I'll show you. An unopened Dunlop Jonathan Power Signature Edition Ice Elite. Still got the packaging on. Still got all the advertising on it. I only know of one other unopened version of this racket. So this is something that someone very kindly traded with me. Um, and yeah, I really appreciate it. Um, so yeah, I just thought I'd show you that because for a lot of squash lovers, this is the holy grail of squash rackets. And anyone that's hit with one of these knows how nice it feels. And to this day, it feels as good as any of the top rackets. If I could get my hands on these, I'd happily play with that racket forever. Really, it is really nice. But I don't want to open this one, so I've just had to hit with other people's. Yeah, I'm going to leave that unopened, I think, because I think that'll be pretty rare or valuable in the future. But I just thought I'd show that off a bit because I do enjoy my squash rackets. The other thing I wanted to say regarding the channel is that I will be making content again after this break. I'll be making more coaching videos. I've already got some lined up. I'm also going to begin introducing paddle content to the channel too. It's something I wanted to do a couple of years ago, but just the squash content I found easier to make, to be honest, because it was just easier to get a court at the time, and I could just record it by myself without having to have anyone with me. So I just started doing that, but the full intention of the channel was to make it a multi-sport channel. So if you're a squash fan, don't worry, I'll still be uploading squash content, but hopefully uploading other sorts of content will bring in new viewers too. And hopefully I can do comparisons between the two, and maybe that will get people, paddle players playing a bit of squash and squash players playing a bit of paddle. And well, I won't mention tennis. Don't know enough about it. I know a bit. I can't play it though. So yeah, there's that. So the channel is it has a bright future. I'm very grateful to everyone for watching, even when I haven't been uploading. The numbers have actually been surprisingly decent, which is a bit surprising, but definitely not a bad surprise. Yeah, and just on the topic of paddle and coaching in general, I've got a couple of new jobs that I've had over the last few months, a few different clubs doing paddle coaching and squash coaching, which has been pretty good. I won a grade 3 paddle tournament, which is nice. I mean, I feel like that should have happened a long time ago, but got around to actually doing it. Be nice to win a grade 1 or 2 now. I know I could win a grade 2 with the right circumstances. I've beaten people that have, but yeah, it's very draw dependent, because sometimes in the grade 2s you get top players, international players, and sometimes you don't. But I also had a paddle exhibition match, which was good fun, with some GB players, and that was a very enjoyable experience, opening one of the clubs I'm going to be coaching at. So that was a good day. And other than that, I don't think there's much to say other than thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the content that's coming out soon. There's some movement-based content. There's some racket skill-based content, drills, whatever you want. Put in the comments down below anything you'd like to see in particular, and I'll see you soon.